Hello, and thank you for joining Rose Ward, Stampersdelight.com. Grab your coffee, grab your tea, and come stamp with me. I do have my Christmas mug out already. If you'd like this mug or to check out our apparel shop, go to Stampersdelightshop.com, where you can find that mug and other stamping apparel, such as Don't Bother Me, I'm Stamping. We can all relate, right? For November, I have the Fun Fold class online with Meandering Meadows. I do suggest you sign up for that by November 5th because I have to order all the products on November 7th. And already I believe the gems that go to this are back ordered, so I may have to switch the gems, but this is why I say to sign up as soon as possible. Also, when you place a catalog order with me, for the month of November, and this is actually October's, I apologize. You will get a downloadable PDF from me with 40 samples done by myself and 9 other demonstrators. So this one is the October one. I haven't uploaded the graphics for the November one, but you will get those when you place a $50 catalog order with me. Okay, thank you for tuning in to One Sheet Wonder. I am going to grab some Designer Series paper. This is the Shining Brightly Designer Series paper. That goes with the suite with these 2 stamp sets, and I'm going to be using some of the things from the Stars at Night. We are going to be using this Handcrafted die Elements. Love these. A lot of it I did ahead of time, but we are going to be using this die and this one. And all the information is below the numbers. And I check the back order every day, but sometimes by the time I'm done with my recording or my video, they've already gone back ordered. So don't delay if you see something you like. You're also going to see me use our Deckled Circles. One of my favorites. And a couple other things that we will be using is this snowflake embossing folder. All right, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in this paper. This is 12 by 12. I am going to cut the bottom of that. So I want it at 10.5. I'm going to cut that right off. Then I'm going to go back in here and I'm going to cut that at 5. I'm sorry, 4 inches. And 4 inches. You're going to want to stick around because this isn't, I know I've done this cut before and it's an easy one, but you're going to see me do a couple other things with it. We are going to go at 5 1/4, which means since I cut this piece off, it's already 5 1/4. So now I have 6 pieces here. I'm going to take this one, and I am also going to cut that at 5 1/4, 5 1/4. All right, so that little piece I'll just save. So now I can have enough to make 8 cards. However, I'm going to be making more than that. And you'll see as we go along. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to work with are these. I am going to go ahead and take my Very Vanilla 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I am using the thick Very Vanilla. When I use the white or the Very Vanilla as a base, I do use the thick. When I use it for layering, I use the basic. All right. So we're going to score these right in half at 4 1/4. A lot of this I prepped ahead of time because it's the same thing over and over. All right, that's for these 6. Now I need 2 more for those 2 strips. So let's grab 2 more. And just score those. I'm going to be making more than these that you see. But that's to show you afterwards. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to score these really good. I'm going to score 6 of them really good. I can actually just do all of them at one time because we're going to be using all of them. Okay. So I know those 2 don't get paper. All right, now I'm going to bring in this paper. I love the stars. I am going to go ahead and glue this down right on top of this. I'm going to do all of those. Whoop. Okay, I'm trying to do this too fast. I need to slow down. It's the coffee. One more here. Okay. Now I have my 6 cards. I'm going to bring in those deckled circles. And I'm going to be using 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I believe it's number 7. Let's just make sure it is number 7. I usually use a Sharpie marker and mark these. So we're going to be using this one. And what I'm going to do now is, even though I folded all those, I'm going to unfold them. Okay. I'm going to bring in my die cutting machine. So I just cut enough for 8 cards. But what I'm going to do is I am actually going to cut these out. I'm going to put it more towards the bottom of each one. And I have to do it this way. I don't want to do it crooked. Go ahead and... Now it's going through 2 layers, so I'm going to go up and back. So now I have this, and I'm going to make another card with that. So I'm going to actually end up with 6 circles. So I'm going to have the original 8 cards and then 6 circles that I'm going to make 6 more cards with. So that is, what's that, 12 cards? I believe so. Too early for math. 8 and 6 is 12. If you would like to leave me a comment, go ahead, ask me a question. I will answer them after the recording is done, the video is done. And also don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me on Facebook. So you know when I'm going live or when I upload a new video. Now, I do like to do the One Sheet Wonder Wednesdays. It may not be every Wednesday, especially with the holidays coming up. But that's one of the reasons why you want to subscribe, so you know when I upload a new tutorial. And these tutorials are free to watch. And also, I have still shots on my blog, Stampersdelight.com. I also post them on my Facebook page. I'd love to hear from you. I love sharing my ideas. A lot of people ask me when they watch one of my tutorials if they can case my card. The answer is absolutely yes. That is the best compliment I could get. And if you post them on your social media page, tag me so I can see what you did. Okay, so this is the last one here. I'm going to put this back before I lose it. Let's move this out of the way for a minute. Okay, so now I have my base, my card bases. Put those over there. And I am going to bring in, let's see, got it over here. I'm going to bring in a couple of things here. Now, this is that die cut that I showed you. I'm going to just pop that middle piece out. So I've already cut the dies out. Now, this is our self-adhesive glitter paper, but I don't want the whole thing off. I only want part of it. I'm just going to grab a little bit of that, and I'm going to show you how you can use this. Holding that piece down, I'm just going to tear it around there. I don't want these pieces to stick anywhere. So I'm just going to do this. There we go. And then here is that other die element. I'm going to place that right in the center here. And then I have my ornaments. So here's all the ornaments I've already done because it takes time. For this piece, I am actually going to do a little heat embossing. So I am using the Wishing You the best and brightest holiday season. I'm going to stamp that, and my head might be in the way, sorry, right here. I'm going to bring in my tray, and the tray is still available with the accessories. And of course, I can't find mine because everything is all over the place here. So I'm just going to go in here like this. You have the little brush and you have the tweezers, and I'm really missing my tweezers. I'm just going to tap that off. Okay. I'm going to bring in my heating tool, and I'm going to be very careful with this since I don't have my tweezers handy. And I am going to heat emboss that. And you want to wait, let it get hot, and you'll see the embossing start getting very shiny. Once it does, that means it's done. I'm going to flip this over and grab it there. Just make sure that it's all shiny. That means that it is cooked. Try not to get your fingers too close to the gun, the heating tool, because it is very hot. Okay, that piece is done. And of course, here are all the other ones that I've done right there. I'm going to flip these all over. use those 6 for now. I'm going to grab my dimensionals. Now, these are the large dimensionals. And what I'm going to be doing is putting one on top of the other on each end. So I am doing 2 on each end. And the reason for that is, well, you'll see in a minute. I need to give it a little height. This is a great way to make multiple cards, especially with the holidays. If you send out a lot of holiday cards, Christmas, Thanksgiving, Hanukkah, it's a great way to use up your paper. Don't get your hands in them. Okay. So we need another one there, another one here. All right. Whoop, that one came off on my finger. We don't want that. We want that right here. And that one doesn't want to come off. Come on. Usually I can just pick it right off. And that one's being a little bit of a pain here. Well, let's move that guy out of the way because he's sticking to my hand. And let's get this one off. And if he doesn't want to come off, I'm just going to add another one right on top of there. It'll be fine. I might have to smush that side down. It's always one that has to give you a hard time, right? There we go. Okay. Let me just move this out of the way. I usually throw everything right on the floor and sweep it up later. I'm trying to stay a little neater here. All right. Now what I'm going to do is go back in and just add one right in the middle. And they are ready for my next step. Make sure all the pieces are off. There we go. All right. Okay. I'm going to bring in 6 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to bring in this gold ribbon. And I am going to tie these. And if that little white piece didn't come out, you can just poke it out. There we go. But I don't want it to be sticky, so just push it back like that. Okay, now I'm going to go in and I'm going to be pulling these through. I give myself a little bit more room because I'm not sure how long I need this yet. And I'm just going to tie these all up like this. So I'm going to be doing that on all 6. I could have had these done ahead of time too, but I didn't think that far. I'm just tying this in a knot to keep them together. And I'm not really caring where the knot ends up. Oh, so quiet. Should have made this one a little bit longer. Sometimes my nails get in the way. There we go. Just a couple more. This one's being quite the pain. Let's get this out of the way. Let's fold that back and pop this one out. Looks like that one might have ripped a little bit. No worries. We'll fix it. That one ripped, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to do it from this side. Got to be very gentle with these. There we go. All right. So this one ripped a little bit, but we can fix that. You know what? I'm going to tie it first. I'm going to try this anyway. Oh, you know what? I'm just going to glue it down. Since I broke that piece, I'm going to just open this up. I'm going to stick that right in there. As long as it holds. Just needs to hold for a little bit. Now let's try to tie it. There we go. So even though that little piece broke, I fixed it. All right, let's do 2 more of these. And the last one. Okay, now I'm going to bring my card bases back in with all these cute little pieces. And I'm going to fold it. You see where I'm going with this? I'm going to grab this one and this one. I'm going to line it up to that hole. And then I am going to lay this down just like that, so that I have a swing card. Let me just show you. So you see, it swings. So then what I'm going to do, let me just flip it back. I'm going to trim that off so you don't see those. Trim that just a little bit more. This could go up just a little bit more. There we go. There's one. I made a swing card years ago with another ornament set that we used to have. Oh, that one's the one that broke. Okay, we have to fix him again. We're just going to glue that right down there. Put that piece right back on it. Okay. And we're going to put him in there. Grab one of those little guys. trim that off. Here we have another swing card. So I'm laying those down in there and then putting this on there to hold it in place. Putting that up straight up there. And then just trimming these pieces off. You can add some more dimensionals there if you need it. Let's grab this one. Trim him off. Oh my gosh, look at that. Isn't that great? Again, let me flip the camera so you can see that it swings inside there. And we got two more here. So we're going to lay that one down. Put that one up there straight. And then just trim that off. I'd love to see what you do with this idea. And the last one for here. Let me move that out of the way so you don't see that. And we'll pull that one up. This one I'll leave a little bit longer. All right, let's bring them all back in. So now I have 6 swing cards. I'm going to grab some real red just to give it a little color. And I have Celebrating the Magic of the Season. You could also, I'm going to put the sentiment up here so you don't see it when it's closed. You could also heat emboss this in gold. I wanted to add a little pop of color. I got a little wonky. Now I have 6 swing cards. I'm going to add some elements to it, some gems. And then, don't forget to do your envelope. I'm going to bring in the festive pearls, sticking with the gold. I'm going to add one here, and maybe one over here. There's one. Oop. You get the idea. I love making swing cards. They're so much fun. So here's my 6 swing cards. And then I'm going to bring in, remember these 2 pieces? I am going to bring in a piece of Very Vanilla. Let's see, here we have it. And remember the embossing folder that I showed you. I'm going to bring in my machine again. I'm going to bring in the snowflake embossing folder. Forgot to take that other piece out. There we go. I'm going to emboss that. So now I already did another one, so I have 2 of those. And let's see what else. I need 2 more of these. So we'll bring in the 2 that I have done. I'm going to take this piece, I'm going to add it right to the center. Just trim it off if you need to. Take this one. Add that to the center. Grab 2 more of these. And some of that ribbon again, I need 2 pieces. This is still going to be a swing card. It's just not going to have that opening. Tie those up just like I did before. They are going to lay right here and right here. Flipping those over just as I did before. I'm going to build up a little bit here. And put another one on top of there. Another one on top of there. Here and here. Okay. I'm going to take that. I'm going to bring it down as far as I can. I can put that right there, but I am going to lay it right here. And you can see that this will still swing. This one. Do the same thing. Snip those off, or you can leave them if you'd rather. And now I have 2 more swing cards. So let's bring in those 2 other card bases. Before I add those, let's go ahead and stamp the inside again with a pop of color. I'm going to use Merry Christmas on this one. And then I am going to add those to the front of my card base. Now I like to add a little in the middle because this is a little bit heavier front. We're going to add that right there. And this one we're going to add right here. And we have, flip the camera, another swing card. Okay. And I'll grab some more of those gems, the gold. And now I have 7 and 8. So there's 2 more cards. So there are 8 cards. Now, these pieces I'm going to still use. Remember, I got 6 of those, so I can make 6 more cards. I'm not going to waste that. I've got some more card bases here. I am going to go ahead and this time I'm just going to score these with my bone folder. Again, using the thick fairy vanilla. I also have already done those snowflakes. So I am going to go ahead and glue this right down on the front of each one of these. Really doesn't matter which way you use this. You have lots of snowflakes here and a few there. You can go either way. Don't forget the still shots will be on my Facebook page and also my blog. Okay, now what we're going to do is we are going to stick those right in the center. You could use dimensionals. Now, there's already a back to this. I'm not going to peel it off. It just gives it a little bit more stability. Also, these stars can go either way. I already have 6 of these made up. I'm going to flip those all over. And with this, I am going to use dimensionals. So we are getting, what did I say? 8 and 6, so 14 cards, right? 12 cards. Jeez. I need some more coffee. No, I was right the first time. Eight and 6 is 14. So we have 14 cards, not 12. I'm going to pick all these off. This is going to go right in the center. Such elegant cards, right? Right in the center. I can't count. Actually, I can count, but when I'm doing a tutorial or a video or a live, you lose your mind. Okay. Bringing those cards back in, I'm going to take this ribbon. This is our gold ribbon. Oh gosh, this is one of my favorites. This one and the new white and silver. And I'm going to make some bows. And there's one. Rabbit ear style. That's the way I go. They may have to be smaller, but I find it easier to cut them larger, make them smaller. And then again, they might be perfect. We'll see. Don't forget to share my videos. This is what really keeps me going. And the more people that subscribe, and share, the more videos I can do. Or tutorials, I should say. Because they are tutorials. They're free tutorials for you to make your cards or projects. That one needs to be a little smaller on that end. Let's see, how many do I have? I've stopped counting. Okay, I need 2 more. Remember, this is a single die set, so it doesn't have a stamp set that goes with it. You can just buy the dies, and you can use whatever stamp set you already have at home to recreate these cards. Okay, now what I use is my Stampin' Seal. I just kind of check out my bow, which way I like it. Ooh, that side's better. I'm just going to add some glue here. And I'm going to add that to the top of each card. And this is what I was saying. You can keep them long or make them smaller. What an elegant card, right? Don't even need a sentiment on the front if you don't want to. Sometimes they look nice without it, but I'm going to put a sentiment on here. I think I have an extra bow. I do. Got talking and lost count. It's okay. It'll be ready for something else. Now, need some sentiment. So I am going to grab that Celebrate the Season. These are just strips that I had left over when I cut cardstock. Need 6 of these. It's a long stamp, so you got to make sure you get it inked up. I'll be trimming a little bit of it off. Okay, let's see. I got one more, I think. Okay. I am going to take my paper snips. I'm just going to cut those at an angle, just because I want to. Okay. Flipping those around again. Yes, I go through a lot of dimensionals. Might have to trim it a little bit more to fit on my card. You could put that right there. I'm going to put it at the bottom because well, I can do a couple of them. So let's do this one like this. Put that right here. This one we'll do at the bottom. So you can make them all look a little bit different. Then I'm going to have to trim off. It's too long, so we'll make it straight. There we go. That one. I'm going to make a couple of each, I think. So let's see how this one goes. All right, this one we're going to trim again. And we'll trim it this way because it's too long. This one will go down at the bottom. You can even put it at the top. Ooh, let's do a top one. So in order to do that, I can't have it at an angle because the sentiment is too long. do the same thing with this one. I don't usually cut cardstock with paper snips, unless it's a little thing like that, because I tend not to cut straight, ever. Put that one up there. And one more at the bottom. So we'll cut this off. It was a good idea to have it at an angle, but too long. I love the festive pearls for this time of season, and they are in the annual catalog. I'm going to bring in the Merry Christmas. Pop a color inside. Here's my insides. Now I'm going to bring in those gems again. I'm going to switch and add a little more pop of color with the red. This one I think I'll do this way. Look at how it just makes it pop. You can put the gems wherever you see fit. And there we have it. All these beautiful cards. Let's get that out of the way. All these beautiful cards from one sheet of designer series paper. Look at that. And you can do this with any designer series paper, any sentiment or die that you want, but I love this die set for this purpose, and it's the Handcrafted Element dies. So let me know what you thought of this week's One Sheet Wonder. And thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to share my videos. Stop by, say hi, leave me a comment, give me a thumbs up. It all matters to me, so I appreciate it. Until next time, keep on stamping, Stampers. Bye.